Hello, everyone. Today we're gonna be going a little bit a deep dive into Zoho Flow. I mean, if you're not familiar with Zoho Flow, I think this is a great tool that you should all start playing with if you're serious about automations. In one of our previous videos, we show how to automate a Zoho Sites post, using Zoho Flow and ChatGPT. And we have a user that is asking, it says, I'm unable to use the output from ChatGPT in the next step, cannot figure out what variable to use. So today we're going to show what's the variable that you need to use in order to push the information over to Zoho Sites. So for this, we're going to go to the flow that we put together for, go back. Let's see. Okay, so I have Zoho blog post to, here's the one. Okay, so we've been using this actually. Well, we have 7 failures that we need to check on. But the builder works like this. You normally have a trigger. In our case, we're using Zoho Creator as the trigger. And every time the record is added, we're pulling from the application that is called social media. The form is it's called blog post. And then we're just filtering, making sure, because we have different languages, um, that we're pushing through this flow, only the ones that are tagged as English, right? So every time there is a record created in that database, this is triggered. And then from and actually in this case, we already have the text and everything that we're going to need to make the post. But this ChatGPT segment is just to create the keywords that we can actually use on the post. And as you can see, here is the prompt. It says, assume the role of a professional SEO expert, and then generate relevant SEO keywords for this content. And then we just put the content that we have on our database, which in this case is called post. So this is the variable that we're just adding in here. You know, it's a natural language processor. So you just need to, go with the flow of your own words. You're telling the AI to generate relevant SEO keywords from this content, then just give it the content. That's it. And then the only thing to consider is the temperature. The lower the number that you have, lower to zero, it's the more deterministic response that you're going to get. Meaning, it's not going to be imagining things, words, places. It's going to be more factual based and things that actually do exist. If you put like a two, this is going to be like science fiction. I mean, and it's very hard to know what the outcome of that is going to be. You can play with that if you want, but I mean, anything below zero point 0.5, it's okay. You can just set the temperature to zero point 0.5 or less, and you should be okay if the content that you're trying to produce needs to be factual. And then when you create the post into Zoho Blogs, the post URL, I mean, in my database that I'm bringing over from Creator, I already had this log. And then the post title, I already had this information like added to a database. Let me show you here. If we go to the application that we're using, which, if you recall, it was social media. And let's see. So while it loads, I mean, you can see that here's where you put the content in your HTML content. This is where you're going to put the post information along with some frequently asked questions, and then add description for your summary, which is like a short version of what the post is about. But this is where you would enter the HTML content here. You just pull it from your form. Now, if in the case, well, look at this hasn't loaded yet. I don't know why it's taking a while to load. But let's assume that you want to build. Actually, I'm gonna make a copy of this so that I can show you. Well, we can do it here, and I'll just not save it. So I'm gonna delete this connection. So let's say that you want to bring another Chat GPT. You want another chat, right? And then you choose your model. You can go with the GPT-4. GPT-4 is the best, but let's see. There was one GPT-4 4.0. Here's another one, 0613. This GPT-4.0, GPT-4.0. This is the newest one. But you can type a prompt, and if you do not know, what prompt to use, I mean, you can obviously have the same ChatGPT. Like if you go to ChatGPT and you add the question, you can say, I need a prompt to write a 1,000 blog post. Make the prompt readable by any AI and stick to writing to great SEO writing features. I mean, this is things that you just need to to play with. And then obviously this is not what we're looking for, so I'm going to stop this. But I need a prompt to generate a blog to feed into a chat GPT. No, it's trying to write the blog. So probably you need to actually tell the GPT, do not write the blog, just generate the prompt I can use with an AI agent. Okay, so it's giving you some bullet points. You could use this. Write an engaging opening that captures the reader's interest. I mean, you can play with all this, but for some reason, I think it's grabbing some of my previous context on this screen. But I'm gonna say I'm gonna use just this, okay, just for the sake of the exercise. So I'm gonna say write an engaging opening that captures the reader's interest, uh, based on the following. And you can use the keywords or keyword, like assuming that a keyword is all you have. You go to your database and grab the keywords. You can also use the description, a title. You can feed the prompt whatever you want. So using the following title and keywords, and then we just copy the title, comma, and then the keywords. And then remember, temperature always go below zero point 0.5, then click done. And now this chat GPT here, so this one is writing the blog post, right? Whoops. This chat GPT is going to write the blog post, and then you can just connect it to your Zoho sites. And now inside Zoho sites, where it goes your HTML content, you're going to grab not the information from your database, but the result from the ChatGPT. And this is related to your question. What do you grab from here as the result of or the output of the ChatGPT? And it's actually a great question because the one, and you could probably infer about what the option is, but it's here. This one, completions. This is the one that you need to choose if you want to grab this information. And actually, in keywords, let's see. We never use the keywords here. We only use the database from the record created. But the output of any chat GPT inside Zoho Flow, it's called completions. This is the one that you need to select. And then when you're done, then that's it. You apply the changes and you have your flow to create a Zoho Sites blog post from a chat GPT output. And for that, again, you need to choose. Let's go. Let's go to the output. For that, you always need to choose completions. This is the one. From any ChatGPT, if you want to get the output of it, you go with completions. Okay, let me know. And oh, by the way, let's see if it opened it up. This is the application. Let's see that we were using. Yeah, here it is, social media automation from Zoho Creator. So you'll see that in our database, we already have different information about the post, frequently asked questions, the title, the slug, which is actually, the URL for the blog post. And this is important because you need to make sure that your keywords are included in this log and that are referencing the title that you're working with. Otherwise, it's just going to get lost in Google. A description, the keywords, and then here's the blog URL and the image for the URL. And then the language is English. And we are using all this information to automatically post to Zoho Sites. A few restrictions that you need to consider. If we go to the history here, we see that this flow failed. If we take a look at the output, it says invalid request. This is possibly because a limitation right now is that you can only push 1,000 characters in your blog post. So actually, if you want to be very specific about it, you should actually include in your prompt, says write an engaging opening that captures the reader's interest based on the following title and keywords. Then you can say the output should not exceed 1,000 words. So this would guarantee that you're within the limits uh, of the Zoho site character limit when posting to a box of HTML text. So let me know if this answers your question. If you have any other requests about Zoho Flow, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and if you still don't have a Zoho Flow account, please use the link in the comments to get access to this magnificent tool. Okay, talk to you later. Have fun.